Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
This is Sparta!
Fatality.
Hey, welcome to episode 390 of the UFO Buster Radio News Report. Today is Wednesday, and it is our Science Space Day. Mostly space, really. It's actually Space Day. Stop fucking around. I don't know, I'm confusing the shit out of you guys. It is Space Day. But today we're throwing in a little bit of science. 2 out of the 3 articles are about science. Because there's a tie-in, and it's going to take a long road. Like, we're going to go, when they say, I'm telling you, I'm going to go completely around the bush for you in the weirdest way. We're not going to cut through it. It's going to be dry as fuck at times. You might fall asleep. But there's a tie-in to, contemporary problems, right? Specifically space. But bear with me is all I can say. Just be there. Just listen. And I'm gonna try my best not to go all crazy with terms and stuff like that. So when I say the word quark, I am not referring to a bar associated with Star Trek. No, it is not a Ferengi bar. A quark is something different. Something you did not pick up when you were in school. Trust me. Yeah, because things have advanced in so many ways over the last, 2, 1, 3, 4, 8 decades. I don't know. It's just a lot. More than what we understand. But that's what it's going to be about. By the way, just to recap yesterday, I am victorious over the Russians. I'm getting my money back for all the charges that they try to put through on the PayPal account for UFO Buster Radio, actually. And I am victorious, and I'm happy about that. One for me. Now, I'm sure it keep on happening, right? This is not going to be the last time. PayPal, for the love of Pete, what is wrong with you? Like, you fuckers should confirm whether or not. Like, I want some kind of second-level security when someone tries to make a purchase and they're in another fucking country. Have you ever seen my ass in goddamn Russia? What is wrong with you, PayPal? For real? Jeez Louise. You can't even get a hold of these fuckers. You really can't. There's like no way to do it other than starting out a claim, and then they respond to you whenever the fuck they feel like it. It is the most ridiculous thing. It's crazy. But what the fuck you gonna do? We need PayPal, right? What else are we gonna use? Jeez, it's just nuts. But thank you for showing up today and taking this trip with me. And the trip is about the LHC, the Large Hadron Collider. And I used to say Hadron. Hadron? And that's like, no, Hadron. No, that's not what it's called. It's the Hadron. Squeezing me. Really? It says Hadron. Who the fuck says Hadron? It's just crazy. I don't know. I guess you gotta go with whatever the place or the thing originates from and just speak it the way they do. Like you didn't know I was saying it was the damn collider, huh? Really? Wise ass? I want to say hello to the folks who are in the live chat. As you guys may or may not know, the podcast is live 99% of the time. It's live, and we have a live chat on Spreaker.com. And I want to say what's up to Game Vet Green Man. Pucky is in the house. Dave from all the way down under somewhere. Yeah, let's see. The Norm, of course. The one and only. And, Dre showed up. There was There was a story about these two guys who were killed by COVID-19 during a meth explosion. I was wondering where everybody was, and I couldn't find Dre. But he's there now, so he wasn't one of the two guys that COVID-19 killed during the meth explosion. So that's good. That's I was worried about him for a second. Totally. But he's good to go. We are all good here. Everyone's here. The last thing I wanted to cover was the future of the Thursday Night Freaks Out. We're going to have two more Freaks Out on the podcast. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the Freak Out will go to YouTube. That's right. I talked about it yesterday. I got some new equipment, and I'm finally going to make that leap off the damn cliff. So the Thursday Night Freak Out will be on YouTube. And of course, you guys can call in, at least I hope. And but if you want to join and chat, there's going to be a live chat there as well. And in the live chat, you can say, hey, I've got some shit to say. And then we'll send you a link. And then you can show your face on the YouTubes for the world to see during the freak out. So you don't have to dial the fucking number. You just go to YouTube and, talk shit. It's much easier that way, right? Way easier. The last thing is we might hear some fireworks in the background because I think the same people that started Shittergate and went crazy buying up all the toilet paper when COVID-19 first hit, those guys who have a fucking garage or a room filled in their house with toilet paper still. These Shittergate people can't wait till the 4th, and they're just popping off fireworks like crazy out here, so we might hear it. The only good thing is that Bugs, his butt is so tight right now because he's so scared of fireworks. Not a single fart has escaped in the last 2 hours. It is the craziest thing ever. I mean, is that really all I got to do, Bugs? I know. It's a fire hazard. Let's go ahead and get this started, so let's play this track.
Never back it down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 27-8. Baby, I'm a rifle, one bite you dead. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars.
What can I say? I need more than desire, more than just a pretty face. So girl, you better walk away. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Only one love at the side of the fire. Someone who can handle me. Someone got your heart too deep. Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you try to come closer, I'ma give you some closure. Before you know it, it's over. So run away, run away. I'm not trying to hurt you, but I will if I have to. I'ma tell you what I do. Run away, run away. Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a rifle, one bite to dead. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a rifle, one bite you dead. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. What can I do? Gotta keep every heart safe, so we make it out alive. I don't wanna waste no time. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Try to play nice so I won't give you heartache. Trust me, baby, when I say, girl, you better walk away. Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you try to come closer, I'ma give you some closure. Before you know it, it's over. So run away, run away. I'm not trying to hurt you, but I will if I have to. I'ma tell you what I do. Run away, run away. Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a rifle, one bite to dead. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a viper, one bite you dead. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars.
All right, so you guys get ready because some of you are going to fall asleep, I guarantee you. You might have to replay this a few times. Just, pause it as a matter of fact. I think most of the mobile apps out there allow you to save your spot. That's even if you want to come back, because you might just say, fuck it, just wait for the freak out tomorrow and just give up altogether. Cern approves a 62-mile-long, $23 billion successor to a Large Hadron Collider. Hadron, not Hadron. Hadron Collider. Lord have mercy. This thing is freaking huge. Or will be huge, because it's not here yet. Let's compare that. The Large Hadron Collider was 16 miles. This fucking thing is going to be 62 miles. They're not even playing anymore. They're not fucking around. They don't even care about all the conspiracy theories that were surrounding the Hadron Collider. They're blowing that shit out the water. Totally. If you look at the image for this particular podcast, you will see a comparison, a diagram that Cern put out. And it compares the two colliders. Jeez Louise. Who in the flying fuck is even going to want to live in? I wouldn't live there anymore. It was bad enough, all the conspiracy theories and all the stories that came out whenever they turned on the Hadron Collider. Imagine this thing. This thing is a beast. It is huge. Huge. It is so fucking big, they're going to have to drill the tunnel for this thing under Lake Geneva. That's how big this thing is. It is significant. But it'll take a while. It'll take a while to build. It's not going to be put together anytime soon. As a matter of fact, there is actually going to be a significant break in between the Large HC. See? Let's just call it the LHC. There is a significant time between the LHC's final running date, when they shut the bitch down altogether, and when they finish what is going to be known, I had the freaking name here somewhere, the FCC, the Future Circular Collider. Huge. Now, last week I was like, what the hell is going on with this collider? What happened to all the news? All the people. There was like a scientist. There was a rumor. There was a scientist had traveled through time when this thing turned on, and then there was another one. Another scientist saw some demons coming through a portal, and he killed a bunch of people. Then this whole Mandela effect people were experiencing around the collider. It was freaking bananas. The funny thing is that the damn thing hasn't been running since 2018. It actually, I believe, it won't be firing up again until next year, next May. They're doing an upgrade. They want to make sure that they break through the space-time continuum and make a couple of black holes in the area. That's not the case. They're just upgrading it. The other thing is that, fun fact, is that per second, when they're trying to smash these atoms, you have about 3 million events per second. And according to the scientists that run this thing, they only really record about 1% of them because they can't store all that information. So when this thing shuts down, what they do, they comb through all the data, only 1% of it, to see if they find something new. It's a lot of damn work. It is way too much work. Now, you're thinking, well, geez, why would they even need to build this? Didn't they find the God particle already? By the way, fascinating story about the God particle. It turns out that a Nobel Prize winner who passed away back in October of 2018 at the age of 96, his name was Leon Lederman, and I guess he was referring to what we know now as being the Higgs boson. Yeah, because you can't say boson. Nope. You really can't. It's from Europe. The Higgs boson. And he, referring to how elusive it was, he said the goddamn particle. And so all of a sudden, it got the nickname the God particle. Now, I don't understand, because the guy said goddamn. It should have just stayed as a goddamn particle. But no, so that's a fun fact where the God particle came from. It really didn't start as a God particle. It was the goddamn particle. So eventually they found it, right? Eventually they found the Higgs boson, the God particle. But they don't want to stop there. Apparently there's more to matter and things that make the physical world that need to be explored. The God particle is not the last one. That goddamn particle was only the beginning. So now we need a significant circular collider to get a little bit more bang for the buck. Now, the thing is, there are multiple countries that are involved in providing funds to this particular new collider, as well as the other one, right? Because we used to have a collider here in the United States. They shut that bitch down. It just wasn't doing what it needed to do. Actually, it didn't even finish because LHC was done. So they're like, why even bother? Let's all contribute money to the LHC and let's see what happens over there. Okay, that's how that went down. So here's the thing. The Higgs boson is a particle, bear with me for a second, that actually gives other particles mass. So the theory is, if there weren't any Higgs bosons in physics, physical things would not exist, right? Because this thing is the tiniest particle, much smaller in size than protons, neutrons, and electrons. And of course, smaller than atoms. And here's the thing, and this is where it gets crazy, because you guys, the majority of you, when you were in school, there wasn't anything else past a neutron, a proton, and an electron. Now all of a sudden, thanks to this goddamn particle, there are things that are much smaller, like hadrons and quarks, not the bar. These are things that eventually will get us somewhere in science, but it will intersect in the pseudoscience of ufology, which, the way I see it, eventually science and ufology they're going to crash. They're going to collide. And I know science is going to win most of that in the future as it continues to advance. But these are things that are happening right now. And it begs to wonder, right? If we're getting to the point where we can see, through these colliders, that we can see things as small as the Higgs boson and things like that, quarks and hadrons and all that kind of stuff happening and forming and stuff like that in these colliders, why the fuck do we have COVID-19? It baffles my mind. It is the strangest thing. The world right now is so fucked up. It's crazy. It's just crazy. I just don't know. Things are just so unbalanced in the planet today. It's nuts. Whoever said this thing about the new norm, they can go fuck themselves, because this is crazy. But anyway, that's what they're doing. Now, one of the main things that they're building this gigantic collider for is because now they're trying to figure out if the Higgs boson as theorized, turns into dark matter when it decays. And then bada bing, bada boom, you have an answer for dark matter. Whatever the fuck dark matter is, nobody really cares. Because one time they find it, another time they don't. It's just completely nuts. They'll get it eventually. There's a lot more in this article, especially regarding this future collider. And you really have to go into it and see how massive, how incredibly massive, and the countries and the cities that it's going to cut through. I suggest every single person move the fuck out. There is no reason why there should be human beings in that area alone. And forget about it. No one jump into Lake Geneva. You're going to end up on another part of the damn universe, to be honest. So stop fucking around. Don't even swim in that bitch. It's going to be dangerous. Jeez. Check this out.
1, 2, 3, 4. What about the world we both believed in? What about the word that made it so? What about your blood boiling crazy when you're just aching for her love like you could blow? You're like a broken record that turns and turns and turns again. You're like a broken record. That's what I am. That's what I am. What about the road less traveled? What about the chances we would take? What about the dreams we unraveled? What about the bright and shiny future we would make? Well, like a broken record turns and turns and turns again. You're like a broken
I think really when you look at the amount of discoveries and how they're changing everything we knew growing up as kids in school, when you look at all the stuff that they're discovering, we are going to need Elon Musk and his chip in our head in order for us to get all of this. I mean, you could barely wrap your mind around the idea of how big the universe is, but then to try to wrap your mind around something smaller than an atom that gives everything that we touch, that physical feel, that ability to be. You can't even imagine that. I mean, it's like either it's too fucking big or it's too damn small. It is nuts. But it tells you that we really do not know dick about science. We don't know dick about the universe. Hell, we don't even know things about the Mariana Trench. We don't even know anything about that, and it's right here on our own fucking planet. It's just crazy, and it amazes me. Completely amazes me how much we are clueless, but yet we go through emergencies and we run out of toilet paper. I just don't get it. It's completely nuts. The Large Hadron Collider, LHC, it still has the data. So the thing hasn't been running since 2018, but the data continues to be filtered through, to be honest. And so just recently reported that there's another particle, brand new particle found by Cern at the LHC. A new kind of subatomic particle. And the whole idea is that it's going to, according to Chris Parks, it's going to open exciting chapter in scientific book, allowing us to study our theory of matter particles in extreme cases. Why? Because they had this idea. And this is the way it always is. They have ideas about the universe. They have ideas about life somewhere else. They have ideas about life here. And 2-3 decades of research, it's all proven to be fucked up and wrong. But I guess that's science, right? That's how you figure things out. So as we were talking about earlier, back in 2012, the Higgs boson was discovered. And so basically, that was the rumored God's particle, that goddamn elusive particle. And that's when that went down. But what's happening is that they said, well, we can't stop there. We need to find some more. We need to keep looking. Because why would we have this, $13 billion, 16-mile tunnel and not continue to look? And so that's what's happening now. They're continuing to look and they're finding more particles. But at the end of the day, and I think that the soapbox regarding science for today is this. Okay, let me just put it here. Because the truth is that the reason why these colliders were put together is because we want to unlock the secrets of the universe, how it works, how it gets put together, how do we manipulate it on our own planet. And that's what freaks people the fuck out. Because you are smashing these particles together, people get the idea that really bad things are going to happen. Really horrific things that you see in the movies, basically. Now, is that possible? I don't know. I have no idea. There were a lot of films and people videotaping things over the LHC, which were proven to be fake. People would video and publish images of wormholes and portals forming over the center of the collider. Can any of that happen? Would it be possible that by the time they get this new collider together, that the people in Geneva will be going through wormholes? They'll disappear off the face of the planet. Nobody knows. Nobody has an idea. But if we want to, in many ways, get to the point where we understand the universe, understand how things are made, and eventually get to the point where we can really dig into things like faster than light travel, to be able to get to places where we only imagine, you know what I'm talking about, that Poindexter who sits around looking into space 3 billion light years away. None of that's going to help us. Come on. We need people like Cern in order to figure out these particles, how to manipulate them, and how to bend space and time. And the only way to do that is to continue to do this. Now, will we end up, Lake Geneva might have a bunch of fish with like 3 heads, 6 eyes, shit like that, right? We might have to sacrifice a good portion of the planet to that. I guess that's what it is. But who the fuck cares? We're all stuck in our homes anyway because of the new norm. Really? So it really doesn't matter, to be honest. It's all the same thing. So there are many questions for the LHC, and there will be many more for the future collider, circular collider. And a lot of that has to do with things like dark matter. What the hell happens to the Higgs boson? And how does the universe, how did it get created? And what is it made of? If we can answer that, I think we'd be in a good spot. But can you just imagine what your grandchildren or their children, what the fuck their books are going to look like? Look, the things that they're going to be learning. Jeez Louise. That's what I'm saying. Elon has the right idea. He's going to plug everybody up, and we'll just get downloads. Well, not us, because we're fucked. We're too old for that shit, I'm sure. By the time Elon gets that stuff together and gets that constellation up there, the Starlink, at that point, that's when we're all going to get the downloads. That's when we don't even have to rent a book, PDF it, buy a book. No, we'll just get it downloaded right to you. Which I could do that now, right? For fuck's sake, who cares? As long as you get good information, right? Instead of all the other shit that we get these days. But the truth is, these are, in many ways, necessary evils in science. We have to give up. Fuck it. Nobody wants to go to Geneva anyway. We have to give up part of the universe, part of our own planet, just to figure this out. And, there you go. That's my soapbox. That's why I brought this all out. Because there's a lot of people who don't know that this God particle thing materialized. A lot of people don't know that the science that you learned way back when, it's been turned upside down. It is not the old science of yesteryear. There's a new science now. And maybe a lot of people are keeping that secret. I don't know. I don't really look at textbooks for kids today, though a lot of them seem like they don't even use textbooks anyway, but that's neither here nor there. But the truth is, there's a lot out there, and hopefully someone will connect the dots and let us know what really is going on. Because the next story, again, it might not have to do with God particles and stuff like that, but it really is completely different to how we see the solar system. And just last year, had my eyes open up about that. But now, they've discovered something else using draconian math, if you could believe that.
Drown yourself in the neon. You came to this place to hide away in the dark. You tell yourself you need to move on, but one night in the shadows can't ease your broken heart. They turn the volume up, you shut your mind. Wanna escape your thoughts for a little while, but when you close your eyes, I'm by your side, I'm by your side, right? You'll find me there dancing in the crowd. You tell yourself that it's over, but you see my face on all the strangers' doors. So are you sure that it's over?
Here's another one that's going to blow your mind. And this came out just a few days ago. And again, scientists, this is Space Talk with Science Manny. Yeah, I've got my glasses on. I'm looking at this document here, right through it. I've got my pocket protector. And I was able to use the goddamn particle to shut down bugs. And he's about to blow up. Scientists say they found the exact center of the solar system. Well, you're thinking, how is that news? It's the sun. The sun is the center of our solar system. We've known it forever. We've built little models with it. You guys have gotten all those foam balls and stuff and had science projects where you had the fucking planets. Back in the day, it used to be 9. You had the 8 planets. Just going around in circles, right? That was exciting. You make them turn on their little axis, right? No wobbling, because we know now some of them wobble. And so, great. Like I said in the last 2 articles, that was what you knew. You might hear Bug snoring right now. He's actually finally relaxed. But apparently no. It turns out that the center of our solar system, it's not exactly the sun. No, not at all. The exact center is about 100 meters, for those of you who love draconian math. 100 meters above the surface of the sun. What in the hell? What the hell is going on with science now? This almost makes no sense. Like, you would think that the way the sun has all the planets in its death grip, that you would find the complete center of our solar system being the center of the sun. And no, it's not even, it's just above the surface. It is the craziest thing. How could this be? There was a paper published in the Astrophysical Journal that says no. Sorry, y'all. We got to change this for you. One more thing we're changing this year. Yeah, that's not the center. Yeah, actually it sits right above it. And then you wonder how the fuck that happens. So there's a point over the sun that's the middle that everything revolves around, even the sun itself. What in the fuck is going on? How is this possible? Again, our perception of physics and gravity and stuff like that is so fucking fucked, it's not even funny anymore. But here's the thing. They put this study together because they're trying to figure out something that has been rumored, again, in ufology for a very long time. Many of the more popular people who have dealt with seeing UFOs and how they are propelled and things like that have always mentioned and discussed the term gravity waves. Apparently, there is a group of scientists, and there's probably a shitload of scientists out there, that are studying gravity waves. And in this study, they have to figure out where is the center of the solar system. That way they can track how gravity waves work, how they influence the solar system, how they influence our neighboring galaxies, and things like that, and eventually how they run through the universe. But in doing so, they made this discovery. So how the fuck do you build that model? How do you build a model where the sun is a little off to the side? Now, one of the craziest videos I've seen, I don't know how many people out there have actually seen this. I think it's a YouTube channel or a Facebook channel. They might be on both. It's called What If. And they had a video where they explained the Helios model, right, which is the sun in the middle and all the planets going around. But then they make it 3D because It doesn't just sit there. We are naturally traveling through space while we're stuck around the sun. We're traveling through space really fucking fast too. But when you see that model, it's like, fuck, why didn't they teach me in school? That is just crazy. I had my mind blown when I saw that. I thought it was like, geez Louise, what the hell is going on? But now it's even worse. Now I can't make any heads or tails of it. What you knew is gone. It just gone. Just like that. Forget about it. Your little model, throw that shit in the garbage. As a matter of fact, you see a kid, some kid in your neighborhood putting together the old Helios model of the solar system, kick that shit off the table. Tell him to go back to the drawing board, give him this link, and tell him to figure that shit out. Because he's all wrong now. And tell him to tell his teacher to go fuck off. They're wrong too. They got to go back to the drawing board, go back to school, figure this one out. Science is changing at a crazy pace. And we might need that because in many ways, if you think about it, science is trying to get to where pseudoscience has already accepted. Pseudoscience has already accepted faster than light travel. We've accepted the fact that aliens could be more advanced than us and traveling through the cosmos. But science needs to catch up to that. Science needs to accept it. Now, there are many scientists out there who believe in what pseudoscience and ufology are saying because there are people who are witnesses, who are experiencers, who tell a story. Eventually, these two worlds will collide and we will have answers beyond answers. But the question is, can we survive the swine flu that's around the corner? That's the question. We'll have to figure that out if we ever get there. I mean, shit, we got to survive COVID-19 and its comeback like fucking Rocky. And now we have the swine flu around the corner. All again coming from China. If we get past all of this, we might get to a point where science and pseudoscience will meet and we will finally realize that we are not alone in this universe. And there's a couple of rubber dickers out there who are hopping around, you know, using probes on people and mutilating cattle. That is the ultimate answer, I think. This is the end of the podcast. I thank you guys for listening. Tomorrow is the Thursday Freakout, and I hope all of you can stay clear of the pandemic, because Shittergate is around the corner. Shittergate 2, actually. And who knows what that's going to look like with swine flu. And, geez, we completely forgot about the murder hornets. What is life coming to? Thank you guys for listening. Ciao.
killing me, you're killing me, you're killing me. Can't have enough, you're killing me, you're killing me, you're killing me. Can't have enough, you're killing me, you're killing me, you're killing me. When you fight against the tide and you're about to lose your mind, it's easy to cross the line. There's no answer as to why when you look death in the eye. Either you live or you die. You live or you die. You live or you die. Live or you die.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.